Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Adda 24/7. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also let me know is audio video both are okay. Are we good to go? So as you know, every day we are coming here at 7 p.m. only on Officer Adda 24/7 to discuss the certain units, or I can say the most important questions of your Indian economy and Indian financial system, in which we are having most important question from the particular unit of your module. So in this series, we have completed module A, B, and C, and we have started module D. In module D, today we will be having the class number 8. It means we have already discussed the certain units of module B. So if I talk about IE, IFS paper, now one thing I want to tell you all, that start preparing this paper. Reason? Because this is your first paper and there is a maximum chances that you will find the paper will be on the May's first Sunday. It means it is around 5th to 8th of May, you will find your first paper, and we have very less time now. So that's why we have to start preparing very soon if we have not done yet. Apart from that, those who have already started preparing for the JAIIB paper, very good. And also I would suggest to all of you, while you are preparing, that do make sure when you cover the conceptual study, also make sure you practice the questions on those concepts, because it is very important. Whatever you are reading, you also learn how to apply that concept in the paper. These two things are very important. It's not like only having conceptual understanding is sufficient. No, to apply that concept in the paper is also one of the important part of our paper. Okay, so do make sure you start preparing for your subjects, and if you have already started, do make sure you do the conceptual understanding plus practice on the same. Okay, so let's start today's session. As we have discussed here in the last class the certain units, so today we are going to talk about the credit rating and credit scoring and the mutual funds. So these are the units that we are going to discuss today in this particular session. Acha, let's move forward. And first, those candidates who are here for the first time and watching this series for the first time, this session for the first time, I would love to inform you all that all the sessions from yesterday till the 4th of December, all the sessions are available in the playlist only on Officer Adda 24/7. And if you're willing to watch the sessions, because these sessions are actually going to help you in your preparation, and if you want to watch those sessions, you can watch recorded on Officer Adda 24/7 playlist. Okay, so let's move forward and let's talk about the certain topic, and then we will move forward to the questions. And first, let's understand what this topic is. So first is credit rating and second is credit scoring. When you talk about credit rating, who provides credit rating? So we have to remember that the credit rating agencies provide credit rating. Okay. Now who gives us the credit score? So the credit information companies provide us the credit score. On the basis of what? On the basis of the credit history. So on the basis of the credit history, we find the credit rating and credit scoring in the country. Okay, so when it comes to the credit rating agencies, they are regulated by SEBI. They provide rating to the corporates, to the companies, to the governments, to the countries, etc. When we talk about credit information companies, these are the companies which actually are regulated by RBI, and they provide credit score to the individual customer, but they also started providing commercial score to whom? To the companies. Okay, like if we talk about examples of credit rating agencies, we have CRISIL, we have ICRA, we have CARE, we have SMERA, we have ONICRA. All these are the credit rating agency of India. If we talk about an international market, we have S&P, sorry, it's actually Standard and Poor, S&P. Then we have Moody's, then we have Fitch Ratings. So these are the international credit rating agencies. If I talk about credit information companies, we have CIBIL. CIBIL is what? Credit Information Bureau of India Limited, that provide credit score to the individual persons like us. So these ratings and scores are very important in the financial system. Why? Because on the basis of this credit score and credit rating, we means as a financial institution, it will be decided that we will be giving loan to this particular person or not, this particular company or not. So in short, they tells us about the credit worthiness of the companies, of the individuals, that helps us to find out that it is good to go for providing funding to them or not. Okay, and or in short, I can say they are, if you are having a credit rating or credit score, this is a kind of a proactive approach from your side to find out that there is a kind of risk or not when you provide the certain fund to the person. Okay, then apart from that, if you talk about mutual funds, so mutual funds are what? They are professional managers. Mutual funds are simply professional managers. They pool money from various investors, okay, and then they invest that money to the diversified sectors. Why they are investing in diversified sectors? Just to earn or just to minimize the risk. Like if you remember in the yesterday's session, we have discussed about venture capital. So what venture capitals are doing? They collect money from the various investor, and then that money will be what? That money will be invested in the startups. That's what venture capital does. The same or I can say almost same thing is there, that mutual fund collects money from the various investor, but they invest in the diversified sector so that they will be capable of minimizing the risk, and that's what your mutual fund is. Okay, so this is the basics of the topic, and the mutual fund scheme has a lot of types of scheme that we have to cover. Okay, that you will be covering in the conceptual study of the chapter. Now let's move forward and discuss certain questions on the same. So the first question is asking about what is the maximum credit score that can be awarded to an individual. The maximum credit score that can be awarded to an individual. 300, 500, 900, 1200. A, B, C or D. What is the minimum credit score that can be awarded to an individual? 3, 5, 9 or 12. And actually the credit score is provided by Syllabus to the individual. Credit Information Bureau of India Limited. It provides 3 digits score. Okay, and the 3-digit score is 300 to 900 on the basis of the credit card and loan repayment. Okay, on the basis of the credit card payment and loan repayment, it provides rating between 300 to 900. That is known as your credit score provided by Syllabus. And you can simply say now the maximum credit score is 900. Remember all these details also. Okay, so right answer will be your C. Next question. Next we have here, which of the following does not indicate investment grade rating here? So investment grade credit rating means what? A, B, C or D? A, B, C or D? Triple A, triple B, A or double B? So actually what happens now, the rating will be provided by the credit rating agencies, okay, and that actually indicates that how much or we can say the probability of risk in the investment. If you are investing in those companies or you are giving loan to those people, so how much risk will be there, the probability of risk will be understood by the ratings. And the rating we talk about, that's not investment grade rating. Investment grade rating means the ratings which is actually have a less chances of default or the risk. And the right answer is double B. Double B is not a part of your investment grade rating. All the other are. So till triple B, till triple B we have a investment grade rating. After that we do not have the investment grade rating. So the right answer will be D. Next question. How many approved credit rating agencies are there in India? How many approved credit rating agencies are there? So approved means first of all they are regulated by SEBI. All the credit rating agencies are regulated by SEBI. It means those credit rating agencies which are approved by SEBI. Which of the following is 5, 7, 10 or 15? 5, 7, 10 or 15. Which of these are the approved credit rating agencies in India? Okay, and when you talk about credit rating agencies which are approved by SEBI, so the number of those credit rating agencies will be your 7. How many credit rating agencies are there? 7. And the name I have already given you. So right answer is B. Next question. In which year was the first credit rating agency established in India? In which year the first credit rating agency established in India? 1947, 1972, 1987 or 2000? So you can easily eliminate the 1947 because at the time of independence we have not introduced any credit rating agency. Okay, so out of 72, 87 and 2000, what is the year when we have introduced the credit rating agency first time? So the country's oldest and largest credit rating agency is CRISIL, Credit Rating Information of India Limited, and it was established in 1987. That was the first one. So right answer we have is C. Okay. Next question we have here is, a high credit rating denotes which of the following? High credit rating. If any company's rating have been high, it shows what? The high probability of default, the low probability of default, the high probability of compliance breach, the low probability of compliance breach. So what do you think, which of the following will be correct? If you have a high credit rating, it means it's better to invest in this company. And why it is better to invest in this company? Because it has a low probability of default. Clear? So as per the credit rating, it will be find out in which company the investment is at the high default, high probability of default or a low probability of default. So here right answer will be B. Okay, next question. Next is talking about what is the minimum amount for investing in mutual fund using the SIP method, systematic investment plan. By using SIP, what is the minimum amount that you are allowed to invest in? So let's say I want to start investment. I want to start the investment, and when I want to start the investment, I can go for the SIP, and when I am going for the SIP, what is the minimum balance or minimum investment allowed to me? And the right answer for that will be 500 rupees. I can start SIP with minimum 500 and after that it depends on me. Okay. So right answer will be B. Next question. A medium duration fund is an example of which type of mutual fund? A medium duration fund is an example of which type of mutual fund? Equity, debt, hybrid scheme or solution oriented scheme. So as I have told you, a lot of mutual fund schemes are there, right? A lot of mutual fund schemes are there that you have to remember. You can see we have equity, we have debt, we have hybrid, we have solution oriented, and others are also there. So the medium duration fund is an example of which type of mutual fund? It's a debt scheme mutual fund. It's what? Debt scheme. Answer B. Next. A multi-cap fund is an example of which type of mutual fund? Multi-cap fund is an example of which type of mutual fund? Equity, debt, hybrid, solution. So when it comes to the multi-cap, it will be your equity scheme. It will be what? Your equity scheme. Next, what is the minimum amount of subscription for debt-oriented NFO, net-owned fund? What is the minimum amount of subscription of debt-owned fund, debt-oriented, net? Is it 10 crore, 20 crore, 50 crore or 100 crore? A, B, C or D? So, minimum amount of subscription for the debt-oriented NFO. A, B, C or D. So the right answer actually here is 20 crores. What is the right answer? Answer is 20 crores. So the minimum amount of subscription for the debt-oriented NFO is your 20 crores. Okay. Next. The next question is talking about the entity that established a mutual fund is known as. So the entity which established the mutual fund, it is known as what? Achha, apart from that, one more question have been seen, very simple question, that mutual fund is a dash. So what is a mutual fund? Is it an institution? Is it a firm? Is it a trust? What is it? So do remember, mutual fund is what? It is a trust. Mutual fund is what? Trust. And the entity that establishes the mutual fund, it means the entity which gives funds or which finance the mutual fund. That entity will be known as what? It is the sponsor. Like if you remember in RRB, Regional Rural Banks, we have RRBs, Regional Rural Bank. They are the rural banks of our country. And when it comes to the rural banks, I can say that we can say here Regional Rural Banks established The first RRB was established on 2nd of October 1975. That was the Prathama Gramin Bank. And the Prathama Gramin Bank was established with the sponsorship of Syndicate Bank. So Syndicate Bank have given 35% capital to the Prathama Gramin Bank that was established as a first RRB. Now, if I talk about first RRB, the Prathama Gramin Bank, we can simply say that RRBs, when they are established, there have to be shareholding between the central government, state government and the sponsor bank. So central government will have 50%, state government will have 15% and the sponsored banks will have 35%. This is the shareholding we are talking about in case of your RRBs. So RRB, regional rural bank, have the shareholding of central, state and sponsor bank. Sponsor bank means the bank which gives money to start the RRB. Okay. And now a syndicate bank have been merged in which bank? In the Canara Bank. Remember that also. So similarly, the entity that established the mutual fund, it is a sponsor. And mutual fund is what? It's a trust. Good evening everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Survey 24/7. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also let me know is the audio video both are okay, are we good to go? So in the last session we were talking about module D and that's what we are going to do today as well. So we are going to discuss the module D units today. And the unit we are going to talk today is 44th unit. It means the second last unit of your syllabus, not only a module but of your syllabus. So class number 10, module D, we are going to discuss today. So let's start. The today's topic will be your para banking and financial services provided by banks. That's the module D's unit 44, or I can say the second last unit of your whole syllabus. So we have completed all the units here. Today we are at 44. On Monday we will discuss 45th unit, and then what? We will be not ending the series. After that we will be covering the advanced questions from all the units of your again. Okay, so we will be going through with the advanced questions as well. Now let's move forward and let's talk about the para banking. When it comes to the para banking, in the Banking Regulation Act, if we talk about banking, in the Banking Regulation Act 1949, section 5B, okay, Banking Regulation Act 1949, section 5B, it talks about that what actually the business of banking is. And we have studied the business of banking is first, accepting deposit from public, second, for the purpose of lending or investment, third, for it will be repayable on demand, and it will be withdrawable by the right documents, check, demand draft, etc. So this is what the business of banking defined under the section 5B of Banking Regulation Act in your Banking Regulation Act 1949. So the business of banking says that this is what the bank has to do. But apart from this, very other services are also provided by bank. Bank also provide the other services. Now when it comes to the other services, what kind of service bank is providing, accordingly the types of banking will be defined. So we have a lot of types of banking. We have para banking, we have universal banking, we have virtual banking, we have door-to-door banking, relationship banking, Islamic banking, shadow banking, narrow banking, etc. All these are the types of banking, and all these are the types of banking defined on the basis of your services that bank provide to the customer. Okay, that's what we are talking about in case of your para banking or any other type of banking. So if you remember, we have discussed banker-customer relationship, in which I have told you that the banker-customer relationship, like what relation will be there between a bank and a customer, it depends on the type of service that bank provide to the customer. Okay, so in case we are talking about here, the banks provide loan to the customer. In that situation, bank is a creditor and customer is a debtor. In case the customer opens a bank account in a bank and deposit a certain amount of money in a bank, so the bank will be here the debtor and the customer will be a creditor. So it depends like what kind of service customer is providing, bank is providing to the customer. According to that, the relationship will be maintained between a bank and a customer. The same things happen with the banking. So what kind of services bank provide to its customer, that defines like what relationship is there between a bank, what type of banking is there in the service. So here when we talk about para banking is simply a type of banking in which we can say when bank provide additional services apart from its day-to-day transaction. So apart from its day-to-day transaction, when the bank is providing the additional services to its customer, that is known as para banking. Let's say, what are the day-to-day transaction of a bank? Accepting deposit, providing loan, providing withdrawal of the deposit on the demand of the customer. These three are the, we can say, the day-to-day transaction of a bank. Apart from these three, if bank provide you insurance, that's a para banking. If bank provides you mutual fund, that's a para banking. If bank give you international credit card or debit card, that's a para banking. If banks allow you to have a demat account, that's a para banking. So apart from the day-to-day transaction of a bank, if bank allows you to perform the additional services or activities, that is known as your para banking. Okay, so what is para banking and what financial services are provided by banks here? That's what we are going to discuss in today's session. But before moving forward, I would love to inform you all that the IFS readiness test is live now. If you want to join the test, if you want to give the test, and you have to find out, like I guess there is no condition of if you want to, you have to. That's the thing. Like we are at that time, the fab already started. We are at 10th of February, and this is the time where you should have been started your preparation, and you have covered the certain modules or units, and the revision is also should be going on. But if you have not yet started, then start it soon, and also give the readiness test that is available on Adda 24/7 application, free of cost for all of you. You just have to register yourself and click on the attempt now. You can attempt the test there. Apart from this, the new batch, Victory batch, I have started from 6th of February, and actual classes in that batch started from 7th of February, the conceptual classes. So that Victory batch is going on, which we have started from the module D, because I keep telling you module D have a lot of concepts, a lot of subtopics. So that's why I have started the batch from module D, and right now because offer is going on, the Victory batch is available only at 4,000 amount something, because the Y496 code have 80% discount right now. Okay, so how to enroll in the batch and how to attempt the test, I will let you know in the end of the session. Chalo. Now let's start with the questions. First is saying, what is the minimum amount of owned funds that bank desiring to pursue insurance business with risk participation should have? The question is what? What is the minimum amount? Okay, what is the minimum amount of owned funds that a bank desiring, the bank which is desiring to pursue insurance business with risk participation should have? 100 crore, 1500 crore, 1000 crore, 5000 crore. A, B, C or D? Okay, so the right answer here will be your 1000 crores. The right answer will be your 1000 crores. So the minimum amount of owned fund that a bank who is desiring to pursue the insurance business with risk participation, that bank should have net owned fund of 1000 crore, then only the bank will be allowed to participate in this service. Okay, now the second state, the second question. So the right answer will be your C option. Second question is talking about a bank desirous of setting up primary dealership business through a subsidiary is required to be registered as what? A bank desirous of setting up the primary dealership business through a subsidiary is required to be registered as what? Like when it comes to the primary dealership business, we have discussed so many times that the primary dealers was introduced by RBI in 1995 to have the certain party to help out RBI in the selling purchasing of government security. That's what we are having in the primary dealers. So they actually do help RBI in the selling purchasing of government securities. And there are two types of primary dealership businesses are. One is bank primary dealers and the second is a standalone primary dealers. So when we are saying that the primary dealership business bank wants to start in a form of opening a subsidiary, so it requires to be registered as what? It requires to be registered as NBFC with RBI. So bank can open primary dealership business in two forms. The first one is by a department. Bank can start a department who will be doing the primary dealership business. The second way is there in which bank can simply be providing the business through a subsidiary. And in case of subsidiary, bank have to be registered as the NBFC. Bank have to register its subsidiary as the NBFC with RBI. Okay. And in case of department, there is no requirement of registration. So right answer is A here. Okay. Next question. What is the maximum percentage of equity contribution that a bank acting as a sponsor of IDF NBFC can contribute? Question is asking what is the maximum percentage of equity contribution, okay, that a bank who is acting as a sponsor of Industrial Development Fund NBFC can contribute. 10%, 25%, 49% or 51%. A, B, C or D? A, B, C or D? Which of the following will be correct? Okay, in that case, right answer will be your 49%. Okay, how much is allowed? 49%. So the maximum percentage of equity contribution means the share contribution. Equity contribution means the share contribution. So the maximum percentage of share contribution that a bank acting as a sponsor of your IDF NBFC can contribute to what percentage? Up to 40%. That's the maximum. So right answer is C. Next, up to what extent of its own capital and reserves can a bank invest in a financial services subsidiary? Let me know which of the following is the right answer. Up to what extent of its own capital and reserves can a bank invest in a financial services subsidiary? A, B, C or D? A is 5%. Okay, what about rest? So it will be actually 10%. Up to 10% of own capital and reserves can be bank invest in the financial services subsidiary. So right answer actually will be your 10%. Okay. So right answer is B. Next, a primary dealer is an RBI registered entity that is authorized in buying and selling government security. There are two types of primary dealers in India. There are two types of primary dealers in India. So I have just told you there are two types of primary dealers in India. What are these two types? First is saying standalone, second is saying bank primary dealer, third is saying both, and fourth is saying none of the above. A, B, C or D? Which of the following is correct? Okay. C option, Amina ma'am is saying yes, that's very much correct. That's very true. There are two types. We have is a standalone and the second one is bank primary dealers. Very good. Now, right answer will be C. Okay. Next question we have that's talking about dash and financial services activity refer to those activities which carried out by a bank which are other than their normal day-to-day activities such as deposit, withdrawal and giving credit. So what type of banking we are talking about here? Is it a universal banking? Is it a para banking? Is it a virtual banking? Is it a mobile banking? So dash and financial services activities, they refer to what? The activities which are carried out by a bank which are other than the normal day-to-day activities as deposit, withdrawal or giving loan. So let me know which of the following will be the right answer. Okay, the right answer will be actually para banking. Why para banking? Because it is saying those activity carried out by a bank which are other than their normal day-to-day activity. So when bank provide additional services, or I can say other than its day-to-day transaction, what are the day-to-day transaction of a bank? Deposit, withdrawal, lending, that's the day-to-day transaction of a bank. Apart from these transactions, when bank provide loan to the when bank provide other additional services to the customer, that is known as para banking. So right answer is B. Right answer is B. Universal banking means all kinds of activity. When all kinds of activity will be provided by bank under one roof, that's a universal banking. Virtual banking means when you do not have to visit the bank branch. Without visiting a bank branch, you are able to perform the banking transaction. You are able to carrying out the banking transaction. Like let's say you can deposit money, you can withdraw money, you can transfer money, you can deposit check, you can print your passbook, but you do not have to visit the bank branch because you have online banking, you have mobile banking, you have ATM, you have kiosk centers, you have cash deposit machine, you have passbook printing machine. You can use these channels instead of going physically to the branch. That's your virtual banking. Okay, mobile banking is without the use of internet. By using a *99# when you are able to perform the certain banking transaction, that is known as mobile banking. So the answer for this question will be B, para banking. Okay, next. Okay, safety net is a scheme where the company's promoter assure that they will buy back the shares from the retail applicants at dash price if the stock falls sharply during the first 6 months after listing. So the safety net says that, let's say for example, you have purchased a share of any company. So safety net scheme says, let's say the company issued the share today. Okay, the company issued the share today, for example, and I purchased the share. But what happened in the first 6 months? I am just facing loss in that particular security. It means the share's value is falling down. I purchased the first share, I purchased the share at the 1000 rupee, but now its value is declining 1000 to 900 to 800, 800 to 750, 750 to 700. The prices are keep falling. In that situation, company will buy back the shares from the investors. And this scheme is known as which scheme? That's a safety net scheme. But at what price? The price which is going on right now in the market or the price at which I have purchased? So answer will be what? IPO, FPO, right issue. IPO, FPO, right issue or preference issue? Which of the following will be right? Let me know. Which of the following will be right here? A, B, C or D? And the right answer is when the company is listing and the company is issuing share for the first time and then the company do the listing. In that situation, company issues shares with the IPO. So the price will be known as IPO. So I purchased the IPO of a company at 1000 rupee, but after listing, company's share value is declining. So company will purchase shares, will do the buyback and purchase shares from the investors back and at the same price at which it issued. Not at the right now, the declining price, but at the price that at which company have sold the share to the public. That's a safety net scheme. Okay, chalo. So right answer will be A. Next, activities of banks which come under the para banking and financial services as per RBI, the financial services provided by banks include which of the following? Is it a factoring service? It is a primary dealership business? Is it an underwriting activity? Is it a portfolio management service? Is it an agency business by a bank or referral services? A, B, C or D? Which of the following is correct? So bank do provide factoring service, bank do provide primary dealership businesses, bank do provide underwriting activities, the portfolio management service, the agency business, the referral service. All these kind of services are provided by bank. So the right answer will be all of the above. The right answer will be what? All of the above. Okay, all the statements are correct. So right answer is D. Now, which of the following is our para banking and financial services undertaken by a bank? Which of the following are the para banking and financial services undertaken by a bank? First is saying sponsoring of an infrastructure debt fund. Second, equipment leasing, hire purchase. Third, primary dealership business. Fourth, all of the above. So what do you think, which of the following is a para banking and financial services undertaken by banks? A, B, C or D? And the right answer for this question will be bank do primary dealership business, hire purchase, equipment leasing, infrastructure debt funds. So right answer will be D. All these are the para banking and financial services that are undertaken by a bank. Okay, right answer will be all of the above. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Study 24/7. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also let me know is audio and video both are okay. Are we good to go? So good evening to all of you. As you know, every day we are discussing one particular unit of your IFS in this Achiever series. So this session actually going on at 7 p.m. But today I am taking this class at 10 p.m. only. Otherwise, on regular basis, this session will be available for all of you at 7 p.m. So what we are actually doing in this series, this is your Achiever series for IFS. When it comes to the Achiever series, in which we are talking about each and every topic of your IFS. If you have not seen the earlier session, what you have to do, simply just go to the Officer 24/7 YouTube. In the playlist, you will find the series. You will find the series of your achievers. You will find the achiever series here. And in the achiever series, this we started from 4th of December, in which we have completed module A, we have completed modules B, C, and we have started D. And today is the last day for your module D, because the last unit, that is the 45th unit of module D, we are going to discuss. It means all the modules with the individual session we have discussed in form of most important MCQ. So module A with most important MCQ, then B, then C and D. And today it is the last unit of your subject IFS that we are going to do. So you can see this is the class 11 of your module D that we are going to discuss, in which the topic you can see is your real estate investment trust and infrastructure investment trust. That is actually your unit number 45 for IEIF. So you know that we have 4 modules in this subject. And in this 4 modules, we have 45 units. So this is your last unit. Now, what happened from tomorrow onwards? From tomorrow onwards, we will be starting the practice of the advanced question. So we will be doing advanced questions from tomorrow onwards at 7 p.m. Okay, so what you have to do from tomorrow onwards, advanced questions mean on the same pattern that the IIBF have asked in the May 2023 and October 2020. Those level of questions we will be discussing every day at 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday, only on Office of Saturday 24. Okay, so do remember from tomorrow we will be starting with the advanced questions. So let's just start the session and talk about this. Unit number 45. First, we will discuss the topic, and then later we will be doing important MCQ on the same. So when it comes to the real estate investment trust and infrastructure investment trust, why these trusts have been introduced? Because as an individual person, it is very easy for us to invest in the shares. It's easy for us to invest in the bonds, to invest in the debentures, to invest in, let's say, for example, your other kind of instrument, the government securities, the mutual fund, etc. It's easy for us to invest in any of these securities, but not easy for us to invest in the real estate or in the infrastructure sector. Because when it comes to the real estate or when it comes to the infrastructure, these are the sector which need large scale of capital. They need large scale capital, and they need long term capital. If I am investing in government security, I can invest for 91 days. I can invest for less than 90 days also. Because the government securities start from the 90 days, less than 90 days, and it goes up to 40 years. Okay, so according to me, I can invest whatever duration I want to. And the same goes with the amount. In the mutual fund, I can start investing with the 500 rupee only. So it's easy for me to invest in these instruments, but not easy to invest in the real estate and infrastructure. And that's one of the reason why these sectors are not more developed and why these sectors do not have a funding properly. So that's why what happened, we have introduced real estate investment trust and we have introduced the infrastructure investment trust, in which we are taking capital from the individual persons. So the amount of investment in the real estate and infrastructure made minimum in these trusts, so that the individual person like us can participate in these markets. So it's very obvious it's not easy for me to every day purchase a property in the real estate. I do not have that much money that every day I can purchase a real estate property, or I can invest in the infrastructure projects. I do not have that much amount of money. So yes, but I have 10,000 rupee, I have 50,000, 15,000 rupee, I have 20,000 rupee that I want to invest. Earlier in these market, these are the not amount which is acceptable. But after introducing real estate investment trust or infrastructure investment trust, these are the markets or these are the sectors we are accepting the amount that is less than your 50,000 amount even. So if I want to invest, I can start investing with the amount 10,000 or 15,000 in the real estate market or in the infrastructure investment market. Okay, so that become easy for the individual to invest in these. So this is all about your unit number 45, real estate investment or the infrastructure investment. Okay, now let's discuss more about these topics in form of MCQ. So the first question in front of us is asking about what is the minimum amount of a stake that a sponsor should hold in an InvITs. What is InvITs? That's simply infrastructure investment. So if any sponsor means the party who sponsored this transaction, and who sponsored this trust. So if that party want to have a stake, want to have a shareholding, then minimum what shareholding should the sponsor have? 5%, 10%, 15%, or 25%? A, B, C, or D? And the right answer here will be minimum is allowed to the sponsor, that is 15. The minimum amount of a stake that a sponsor should hold, the infrastructure investment trust, is minimum 15. Above depends on the capability of the sponsor. The right answer here will be your C option. Okay, the right answer is your C option. The next question we have, which of the following is not included in infrastructure? Which of the following is not included in infrastructure? A, B, C, or D? First is saying bank, second is saying power, third is saying railways, and fourth is saying your telecom. So, what do you think? Which of the following is not included in infrastructure? So, when it comes to the infrastructure, infrastructure means any physical outlet that help you to communicate, to have a physical networks, है ना, to go from one place to another. That's your infrastructure, like your buildings, your bridge, your roads, etc. All these are infrastructure. But when it comes to the infrastructure investment trust, it covers all those infrastructure which actually are under the government's development projects. So it do not covers your banks. It do not covers what? It do not covers your bank. Very good. The right answer is A. The banks are not included in the infrastructure definition of investment. That is infrastructure investment trust. Okay, right answer will be your A. Now, next question is talking about what is the minimum percentage that real estate investment trust should hold in completed and revenue earning projects. Completed and revenue earning projects means simply those projects who have been completed. That's a real estate. Now, let's say you were creating a corporate office. So your corporate office have been done. The infrastructure development have been done. Okay. And now on this corporate office, you started earning. You have rented this out or you have sold to someone this particular office. So you started earning. So what is the minimum percentage that the real estate investment trust should hold in the completed and revenue earning project? 50%, 75%, 80%, or 85%? A, B, or D? Which of the following is correct? The minimum percentage that the real estate investment trust should hold in completed and revenue earning project. It is 80%. 80% holding should go with the real estate investment trust in case of your completed and revenue generating projects. Okay, right answer is C. Now, next question is talking about in which of the following is an investment in real estate the least liquid? Least liquid means not easily convertible to cash. Not easily convertible into cash. So when you talk about it's a highest liquid project, or we can say uh, instrument or security, it means it can be easily converted into cash. You can easily convert that into cash. So when it comes to the investment in the real estate, that is least liquid. Least liquid means not easily convertible into cash. That's the least liquid. So real estate investment trust, physical real estate investment trust, physical real estate, equity, real estate, and bonds issued by real estate company. So real estate investment trust is all about cash. You invest in the form of cash. Equity means you are talking about shares. So shares can be easily converted into cash. When it comes to bond can be converted into cash. But when it comes to the physical real estate, it means actual your buildings, or we are talking about land. So land is not that much physically, that it is not that much converted into cash comparative to your real estate investment trust, to your equity real estate, or your bond issued by the real estate. So physical real estate is the answer of this question. That is B. That it is the least liquid form of the investment in the real estate. Okay, so right answer will be your B, because you're talking about a land. It's not like every day you are selling land or purchasing. It is for long term investment. But in shares, bonds, and real estate investment, you can invest on the daily basis. Okay, so right answer will be B. Next, what is the minimum amount of investment that can be made in real estate investment? Now, as I have told you, I can invest in the real estate market now. Why? Because they have minimized, or they have made it more affordable to the public so that any individual can invest. So, what is the minimum amount of investment that I can made in the real estate investment? Is it 5,000? Is it 10,000? Is it 15,000? Is it 50,000? Which of the following is correct? A, B, C. And the right answer for this question will be 50. So the investment in the real estate investment trust is allowed from the 15,000. And the maximum limit, it depends on you, how much you can invest. The right answer will be your C option. 15,000 is the minimum amount of investment that can be made in the real estate investment trust. Now, which of the following is are the types of real estate investment? The retail, the residential, the healthcare, the office, the mortgage. Out of these, which are the types of your real estate investment? Only 2, 3, 4, only 1 to 5, only 3, 4, 5, or all of the above? So let me know the types of the real estate investment. Okay. So it have five types, that is retail, residential, healthcare, office, and mortgage. It means the right answer will be all of the above. All are the types of your real estate investment trust. Do remember that all are true. Okay, retail, residential, healthcare, office, and mortgage. These are the only five types. Okay. Now, which of the following is a true statement? First is saying to improve the liquidity in the real estate investment trust and bring in more listings. SEBI recently announced that the minimum investment amount in REIT should be brought down to 15,000 with the revised trading lot of 1 unit. This is true that we have seen just now that the 15,000 is the minimum investment limit. The earlier investment amount was 50,000 and trading lot was 200 units in the secondary. So the right answer will be your both are the statement which are true about your real estate investment. Okay, it is true about the real estate investment. Earlier it used to be 50,000, but to make it more liquid, to make it more easy for the investor to invest, it bring down to the 15,000. So do remember all both the amount, the old one and the new one. The right answer is C. Both are correct. Next. Which of the following is are the sector that included in infrastructure? The sectors which are included in infrastructure. Option you have roads, ports, power, railway, airport. So which of the following are included in your infrastructure? Only 2, 3, 4, only 5, none, or all? Hello, Pradeep sir. So let me know which of the following is the right answer. A, B, C, or D. Okay. And the right answer here will be all of the above. The roads, ports, power, railway, airport. Apart from that, we also have telecommunication. Telecommunication. Okay, we also have energy. We also have coal, petroleum, and cement production. All these are the part of infrastructure. So these are the only part. Okay, these are the only 8 infrastructure that have been defined under the InvITs. Okay, roads, ports, power, railways, airport, telecommunication, energy, coal, petroleum, and production. These all are the sectors which are included in the infrastructure under the InvIT. So the right answer will be D. Okay, do remember all the 8 names. Now, as per current SEBI regulation, InvITs can be divided into 5 types, depending on the types of infrastructure they own or operate. So which of the following are the types of your InvIT? So the REITs also have 5 types, InvITs also have 5 types. Okay, so here you have to answer out of these, which are those 5 types. First is saying energy such as power generation and distribution. Second is saying transport and logistics such as roads and highways. Communication such as optical fiber network and telecom towers, social and commercial infrastructure such as parks, water and sanitation such as irrigation network. So out of these five, which of the following is actually the part of your investment? A, B, C or D? And the right answer will be your all of the above. They all are the types of your InVITs. So energy, transport and logistic, communication, social and commercial, and water and sanitation. So right answer will be your D option. All are correct. Okay. So these are the questions that we have discussed about your real estate investment trust and infrastructure investment trust. These are the 10 questions on the basis of unit number 45. Now we have completed from unit 1 to unit 45 on YouTube. If you guys have not seen these sessions started from 4th of December. If you have not seen any of these series, so what you have to go do, simply go to the playlist. In the playlist, you will find all the sessions recording. Do watch all the sessions recording, because now we are going forward with the advanced question. From tomorrow onwards, we will be going starting the advanced questions on your IEIFS. Okay, so to practice these advanced questions, first you know the basics, the chapters, basics of the topics that we have discussed in the Achiever series. Okay, Acha. Apart from that, let me know how many answers you guys have given correct here. And this is the latest batch. I want to tell you all that the victory batch is the latest batch that I started from 6th of February for your IE and IFS subject. Okay, this is your latest batch, IE and IFS subject that we have started. And this IE and IFS subject, I started with the module because we know module D need more time to cover, more time to revise and all. Okay. Apart from that, the 80% discount is going on your victory batch, and the double validity plus 80% discount is going on your JIB Mahapack. How to enroll? To enroll, simply you have to download the Adda 24/7 application. After downloading the application, you have to select the exam category, that will be JIB. Okay, so let's say how to check the batches, how to enroll in the batches. Always make sure you download the Adda 24/7 application to enroll, because it gives you additional 1% discount. So this is your home page. Scroll down, go to the JIB CIB section, then click on the JIB May 2024. Here you will find all the batches available, either victory batch or Mahapack, whatever you want to enroll. Click on the particular batch. So one thing I want to tell you all, whenever you find that Mahapack is having double validity, just go with the Mahapack. Okay, because it gives more benefits to you. So let's say this is the victory batch you want to enroll. Do check all the offerings, scroll down, and you will find the study plan of the subject. Like we have started IEIFS from 6th of February. So you will find here, this is the IEIFS subject started from 6th of February. The time is 9 to 10 p.m. We have already started batch. The classes are already going on. Then after checking the study plan and all the offerings, click on the buy now option and enter a code here, that will be Y496. Get more than 77% discount. When you click on this particular code Y496, you will find 79% discount here. But more than that discount, 1% additional discount will be available on Adda 24/7 application when you use coins there. So this is how you can enroll. The amount will be around 4,000 something. 6 month validity is there. Code will be Y496. Okay. Apart from that, when you go to the Mahapack, scroll down and you will find this is the additional benefit. These special added features are not available in the individual batches, like your mini marathons, Maha marathons, practice papers, second and fourth Saturday. You can ask your mentors to conduct the doubt session as well. Apart from that, this Mahapack will cover all the live classes, like your victory batch, your resolution batch, your Shapath batch, your let's say target batch, every achievers batch, all batch will be enrolled once you enroll in the Mahapack. Then all the mock test, video solution, revision patches, recorded videos of live classes. Whenever you want, you can watch them recorded. Ebooks are there. In the future, when the revision batch, numerical batch, case study batch, power pack batch, topic wise questions, everything is available in this pack. So you can see best package for value of your money. So, and right now it is having a double validity. You can see 1 year validity is there. So by using the code Y496, the price come down to, let's say, 6100 when you purchase from the application. So 6100 is the price, 1 year validity is there, and you do not have to enroll in any other batch after enrolling. Let's say you go for a JAIIB batch or a victory batch, then you have to go for a revision batch individually. You have to purchase the revision batch individually. You have to give money 2 times or 3 times, let's say, for example. That will be costly for you. So if you are thinking about enrolling, enroll by using the code Y496, the Mahapack. That will be much more beneficial for all of you. And apart from that, if you find any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. But yes, this offer is available till midnight today, till 12 p.m. Sorry, 12 a.m. So if you want to enroll, enroll soon so that you will get the offer that is available right now on the application. Okay. So this is the whole information I wanted to give you all here. So that's the uh, all about today's session. We will be ending the session here and we'll meet again tomorrow with the advanced questions of your IFS subject at 7 p.m. only on Officers Adda 24/7. So if you want to join these sessions regularly, do subscribe the channel Officers Adda 24/7 and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to all of you. Okay, so thank you all for joining the session. We'll meet again in the next session at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Take care, everyone, and good night.